I don't see. Oh, cool. All right. Welcome to sprint review for TimePro 358. And this sprint is a 2-week sprint, and we have finished our sprint goal on billing, prevent duplicate timesheet processing. So this is a major one at 8-pointer contributing towards the cross-billing on billing epic. And Sam did the work. So Sam, do you want to briefly talk about this?
Yeah, I'll briefly talk
first,
about it. So
just get rid of the ribbon and enlarge it, please.
Enlarge this? Okay, cool.
yeah, so just briefly talking about it. So if you've been watching the last few sprints, we've been working on this unbilling goal, which is to allow for unbilling between our primary tenant and our European tenant, for example. And this is more work to the Azure function, which acts as a sort of middleware in between our TimePro instances that allows us to duplicate these timesheets. And this bit of work is on the Azure function to, I need to get the word right, somebody correct me, but idempotency of the webhook requests, so that if the webhook fires 3 times, it'll only happen once in the Azure function. And this finalizes all the work that needs to be done or between the Azure function and the CRM, and the rest is going to be downhill with the Azure function now just needing to send off the API request to TimePro to create the timesheets. So it's going well, and that's a good little milestone on our way to the unbilling goal.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Any question regarding the sprint goal, or we could continue? All right, let's continue. Then this sprint, we have 4 members actually working on the sprint. So it's Jeffrey, Sam, I, and a bit time from Geos. So we start with estimated capacity of 54, and our actual capacity was 58 because the contribution or the addition from Geos. And then this is our sprint backlog. So
Adam,
please
sit. Yeah. Don't stand up. Just stay seated and look at this beautiful backlog.
It is gorgeous. That is one of the best backlogs I've seen for a sprint.
All right. Yeah. So we have really a bunch of dones, and we have only 4 in progress. And our total effort contributed was 50, so very close to our estimates.
Just as a summary, Adam, a lot of these dons are UI changes that were made for the video you asked. So I've added them through while I was reviewing the recurring process, recurring invoicing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And I must say, thank you for doing that video, Jeffrey, and thank you to everyone that did a test to a test pass on that. Sam and Sylvia, do look at the feedback I gave, because I want you to see if there's any of those any of that feedback you could catch next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So Jeffrey, do you want to give a quick demo on the UI changes and bug fixes that we have on TimePro?
Yeah, Adam. So I'm not going to repeat what I showed in the video, but I want to show you all the small fixes we've done in the UI. Would you like to see them?
Well, just the important ones. But I do think that it is important just to have a tab open that shows that video. Like, this is the video. It's not a test pass, but this is where we got to so far. You know.
Yeah, sure.
You just so everybody like Mike and JK and other stakeholders know that that's the current version of your video.
Yeah, I can show you that quickly. All right. I'm just going to share screen then Sylvia to show the video. And I'll show you one of the changes, which is, I think, important on TimePro as well. So yeah, guys, this is a video I've done. It's on the TimePro channel. Mike, please have a look after the call if you want, just to see what this was about. And
it's on the TimePro channel unlisted because it's not a test pass.
Correct, yeah, it's not listed. So yeah, that's the one we talked about. It's 7 minutes long. And just for everyone, so we did a lot of small UI changes. I think one that I want to call out is the menu. So the mega menu now, let me just hide my bookmarks. If you zoom in to 125%, which I am right now in, you can see that the menu now shows a little more button to show the hidden items. So if I click on this, you will see the admin and the portal, which were now hidden because of the zoom. And then this shows you the usual list with a nice little scroll bar to show all items. Same for portal. And if I keep zooming, that's what you'll see. It just gives responsiveness to the menu in TimePro. Before that, it used to put it on 2 lines, which was very ugly.
And did you do this by vibe coding the entire thing?
I did vibe coded, yes. And I checked everything I did to make sure it was the right way.
But it was 100% vibe coded?
Yes. But I went through many steps because the first one was quite badly done. So, yeah. That's everything I wanted to show. Sylvia, you can take screen share back.
Yep, so I have reshared my screen. Can people see it?
Yeah.
All right. So Adam, there anything particular in the backlog that you want us to give an explanation or get into details?
What was the main thing you did?
I was on client for 5 days for the past sprint. So I worked on this one, the down video and doc for webhook, including the UI changes for the webhook page. So you requested.
And that's live now?
Yeah, that's live now.
Awesome. And Sam, what was the main thing you worked on?
Sam has to get off the call. He worked on the sprint goal. So this one, the own billing prevent duplicate timesheet processing.
Right. I do think it's important that you guys try to start half an hour earlier or something, because or do the sprint review faster. We don't want a situation where Sam's not on the sprint.
Well, the problem is I already start 1 hour earlier. So 1.5 will be a lot for me. It's like 7:30 starts.
Well, maybe they can start without you.
Oh, okay.
And then you just join the sprint
Join
review.
the summary.
Yeah. But yeah,
that could be.
So I won't be part of the Tiger stats then. But sure, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could try that next sprint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and before we move to the next item, Adam, I want to call out something that was added in this sprint that you've been asking for months. So look at the suggested timesheets little PBI.
Oh, yes.
You wanted us to keep track of people who don't use them. So I've done this during the sprints. I can show you quickly what
I'd love to know who's not using it and why.
So I've created this PBI now, and I've got an Excel file that we're going to fill every week. So this is what it looks like. Let me zoom in a bit.
Okay, JK, take note. This is what I was after a while ago, I think. So, if I read this correctly, say Brooke is using it, right?
Brooke is using it. Yes, you're looking at 20 because it's days per month. So 20 days a month basically is the maximum.
Yeah. Now I think this should be sorted by usage, so the people that use it the most are at the top.
I did this first, Adam, but because we're going to keep track every week, it's going to be changing all the time. So we need to sort it by something else.
No, sorted by the current one, and they can just keep changing order.
Oh,
there's no point. There's no point sorting it alphabetically. That means nothing. So what we're actually after is all the zeros. So who are the zeros and why?
So there is actually Pravin is the only zero that's here. By the way, I took out all the sales and all the account managers because they don't use TimePro. They don't put timesheets in.
Okay, now why is Pravin a zero?
I didn't ask Pravin. I asked other people who were at 2 and 3. I forgot about Pravin. Sorry, I should have asked him.
Okay, all right. So sort the zeros to the top.
Yeah.
And then put their reason in the row, so
control.
you know why.
So
he might say because I enter it via my phone and I don't use any backlogs. I just use email. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could come up with some reason as long as we know the reasons. Okay.
I'm gonna fill the 3 I asked. So I asked Brady, who was, oh my God, what's happening here? I asked Brady, who was, my God. Anyway, I'll show you the PBI. I asked Brady, he was at a 2, and he said that it's because he uses the TimePro MCP instead, so he doesn't do it manually.
Right.
I asked Pam, she was a 3, and she has multiple timesheets every day to put in, so she just adds them one by one as well. She cannot use the suggested because she has to do multiple. And Hajir, he was at 2 as well.
Have you seen one of Pam's timesheets?
She sent a screenshot of one of them, yes, and he was 2 on that day. And she said it's very common for her to have many different projects on the same day.
Sylvia, have you checked that?
Yeah, last time I talked to her, she showed me her timesheet.
She sent me this one here. So yeah, and she says it's very common for her.
Okay. I would just double check it, Sylvia, with Alvin to see if there's any way that she can know what client she's working on prior.
And I also asked Hajir. He had 2. Yeah. Sylvia, did you know that?
Like I think for her mostly it's just internal, but it's like for either China TV or for the Aussie one.
Well, I think that you can have her booked for internal if that's the case. I'm not sure, but this should work for internal and for client work. It shouldn't be a difference.
Yeah, I think it's because our suggestion.
Agrees, yeah, JK, do you agree it should only be people working on clients?
For 100% a suggested timesheet, I think yes. For internal, it can sometimes be.
You think it's not applicable for internal work, only client work?
I would say it's harder to achieve 100% for internal.
Okay. What about Kaha? He's on internal. He's working on Tina CMS. Why is he using it?
That's a risk. Probably because there's no GitHub integration, to be honest.
Well, I think Pam's situation is that she, like her internal shifts, like the time shifts every day. So it's not like a defined like 4 hour on China TV or like 4 hour on like the Aussie SSW TV. Like the time will change for her, like on different internal projects. So
Right,
it's very hard for her to get like one suggested.
The day before, she knows what she's working on the next day. So it is possible, I think. Keep pushing. That's all I'm going to ask you to do, Sylvia. Like, I speak to her most nights, and I can tell you what she's working on the next day.
Okay. Yeah, but like for her to know is different from like for TimePro to anticipate. Like I think TimePro kind of grab from your past timesheets and then it makes a prediction or like suggestion.
I thought TimePro looks at what's booked in booked in days.
It does. It does give you up to 3 different options depending on what it sees in the bookings, and to an extent it reads the booking times, but sometimes the booking times are a little bit odd. They are wrong time zones or stuff like that, so it tries to adjust correctly to the user.
All right. So how about for next sprint? Let's look at the page for the docs page for suggested timesheets and see if it's maybe it's going to say this is only supported if you're working on client work and it's in your CRM or Salesforce or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Put the link.
Finishing off.
The link at the top of that spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'll put the link. It's in the VI, but I'll put in the chat. Last one is Hajir. I asked him, and he said that he uses OpenClaw for his timesheets. So same as Brady, basically. They use AI tools.
Good answers. Yep.
Yeah, Sylvia, you can take back.
Yep, I have taken back the screen share. And so that's the suggested timesheet usage part. And going down to our burn down chart, we have a really nice looking burn down this sprint. It has a very nice curve. We have 5 production deployments over the past sprint. So that means we can close off like small PBIs from time to time instead of a big slope at the end of the sprint. So, and this is the deployment history that we have, and they are pretty much evenly spaced out. And coming to the code coverage, we have a few more unit tests added to the backend, but no addition to the front end. And then the pipeline health looks pretty much the same as last time, looks good. Also, the application health as well, we don't see like major spikes with huge number, like the failures for this sprint. The state of epics. So comparing to last sprint, we we made like a contribution to the cross billing epic, so now it goes up to 68%. Like Sam said, to close off the workflow, the loop, to make the cross billing work, we only have one more PBI to work on. That is to duplicate the timesheet in the target tenant. And after that, like theoretically, the happy flow should be finished. And then we will work on the error handling and notification to users in case anything fail. And we are going to patch any bugs we catch while this works, as well as some probably report fixing. We will work with the report team. So continue the AI usage part. Jeffrey, do you want to take over for the AI usage?
Yeah, sure. So most of us have changed the models we're using now. So I've used Opus 4.8, which just came up, and Fable 5. And I figured Fable 5 is actually, yeah, it's a bit better, but it's also very verbose. It speaks a lot, even for small tasks. So that's a bit annoying. And it burns a lot of tokens as well.
Right now, I understand the downsides, but while it's included for the next 2 weeks, after that, it's going to be charging just by tokens. So right now is the right time to be giving it a red hot shot while it's at least reasonably economic.
Okay. I'll keep using it then.
You want to use it to improve scripts and continuous integration and stuff like that, the things that will outlast the usage, because it can improve the existing systems that we have. And we can do this right now for free-ish.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I'll use it.
People have been so happy with it.
Cool. So, and I think it's the same for Sam and Sylvia. No, Sam is up to date yet. He's at Sonnet 4.6 still. But I think he said he will use it on the next sprint. Cool. All right, moving on to the stats now. So we have the Copilot stats, but we had an issue with the Claude ones. The Claude stats were not generated because we ran out of the 4-hour limit. So we just couldn't get the report done. We have to wait another hour to get it. So we'll include it in the email, but we can't talk about it now. But yeah, Copilot. So the speaking times were Mike first, Sylvia after, and then myself and Sam. And we then asked Copilot a question, which was, what was the main issue? Completed, be brief. And it said it was implemented item potency to prevent duplicate timesheet processing on billing epic prerequisites, which I guess is correct because it's an epic. But I guess the biggest work was the video and all the UI changes. So yeah, it depends in terms of what you're asking, if it's in terms of effort or in terms of importance to the team. Okay, so yeah, give it a green tick, sorry. I guess it was looking at our actual epic goal. That's why it said that. Next one is Yak Shaver use, same as usual, 74%. So we had 39 PBIs created and 29 were Yak shaved. And moving on to the retro. So we had a bunch of went well. Sam mentioned that, I just summarized the big ones. So we had a lot of downs. The sprint goal was completed. So this is all green ticks. And we made a lot of changes to the UI, which is great. And we had a done video as well. And Jill joined the team, which is also awesome. Sam mentioned one didn't go well, which was that we were all a bit disparate. So Sylvia was on client, Sam was on leave. So it was a bit of a weird sprint. We didn't catch up as much as usual. And we're all excited to be working with the AI-only PBIs on the next sprints. So this is something that was brought up. Was it by Callum or by... It was the idea that it's Callum, right?
The original idea was, I think the PBI was asked by Adam. So we should have like conversation with people like Callum to figure out if we can do like a full AI PBI. Yeah, Sam had the conversation and he come up with 3 options and we put like option 2 in next sprint.
So this is to do the whole process of creating PBIs and getting them reviewed by AI, basically. We will still be in the loop, but it just makes things quicker. Any question about the retro, guys? Anything you want to add, Adam?
No, I felt the highlight for me was getting your video and giving you a bunch of feedback.
Okay, awesome. Cool. That's it, Sylvia, I think.
Yeah. So let's move into forecast. Forecast for next sprint. It will be a 1 week sprint, but I won't be here for Friday, so Sam will take over the hosting role, the Scrum Master role for Friday to do the review and planning. For next sprint, our sprint goal is the DevOps skills, to create a simple skill to read PBIs and create PBIs via Azure DevOps. So that's the option 2 outcome of Sam's conversation with Caleb. We are going to create a skill so that we, like, for the future sprints, we are able to like do PBIs faster. And this is the sprint backlog planned for next sprint. So with the first one being the sprint goals, the second one is keep pushing on the own billing epic. This is the one that I just mentioned. We'll close off the timesheet duplication workflow, and then we should be able to like start testing it like from the source tenant to the target tenant. And then the rest of this four, actually these four are brought over from this sprint. And then the video one is the Jeffrey's re-recording, including all the requested changes like UI-wise, and yeah. So for the as a prereq to the next recording. And any question regarding the PBIs plan for next sprint?
That sounds good to me.
Okay, let's move on. The main action point to work on next sprint from Copilot is, it says the main action to do next is to build the API call to create duplicate timesheet in the target tenant. I think this is off. We don't need a API call. Well, the endpoint is just there. It's probably just like a call from Azure function. And also, I think it only catch the first part, like when we say it's contributing to one of our major epic, but then we shift our sprint goal to be the skill creation, and it doesn't catch that. So I will probably put a cross for this one. And that's it. Any question, thoughts?
Not from me.
If
All
not,
If Sam is taking over the ceremonies next week, is he going to be able to attend late?
I was going to mention that, Mehmet. You're right. You're totally right. I think I should do it, Sylvia.
but if we are going to move the review without you,
we will move it earlier. But if it lasts long for any reason, he's going to jump out. So we need someone else. So I'll take it, whatever.
Yeah.
And
sounds good. Yeah, he can probably host the review part, and you can do the summary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll do the whole thing.
Cool. Yep.
Typically, the person that does the review should do the summary. You shouldn't have somebody do the review and then
I'll do everything. It's fine.
That makes,
I'll do everything.
That makes no sense. Yeah. Sylvia, it just doesn't make sense. You should be the same person.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we will work it out, like either to move it a bit earlier, or if Sam can stay a bit later.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I will prepare it the day before and start at 8 as we normally do.
Okay.
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you, Mehmet, for the feedback. You're right.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to check this summary again, you can always find it on our SSW TimePro channel. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sylvia.
See you, Sylvia. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay, stop recording.